of everyone's financial goals. But then again, you're not everyone. That's why Thriven offers expert financial advice that starts with what's important to you. Find a financial advisor at Thriven.com.
This is Chevy Silverado News. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy Truck Season. It's 0% plus make monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $22.50 total cash allowance on 2023 Silverado with a turbine and bridge. See your Carolina Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to Draft Countdown. Earlier tonight, Bryce Young walking the red carpet, getting ready for what may be the biggest night of his life. Will he be walking his way to Bank of America Stadium? We'll find out in just about 10 minutes. And that's how far away we are from the
Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of the 4-Man Rush. As always, I'm your main man, Kevin Avery, a.k.a. 4MR_Country Kev. Unless you've been living under the rock, you know we're about 10 minutes away from opening night of the NFL Draft, round 1. We got the #1 overall pick, so we're going to be able to get right to it. And just thought I'd come along, you know what I'm saying, chop it up with you guys. I know several of y'all asked me who was going to do anything. A lot of the other fellas had previous plans, work, stuff like that, so I stand an invite if they want to hop on later, but if not, it'd just be me with you guys. So definitely just wanted to share the screen with you guys. So, if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can make it bigger.
It's been a very big predictor of quarterback success. Bryce Young scored in the 98th percentile. And oh, by the way, David Tepper's a big believer in it.
Makes sense. Now, Mike, I want to ask you to put yourself in Scott Fitterer's shoes for a second. Which of the other 3 quarterbacks would you be afraid of passing over?
Well, I think Ohio State C.J. Stroud is the guy. He's got the highest floor in this draft because he's so accurate. We talk about ball placement.
I'm going to see if you guys can hear it here.
And then during this pre-draft process, he crushed the interviews with the Panthers, I've been told. I'm sure Mike's been told. And then the S2 test that we've all reported on. That's a big deal. Like, we didn't really hear a lot about it in past draft cycles, but it has come up a lot this year. That processing test, it's been a very big predictor of quarterback success. Bryce Young scored in the 98th percentile. And oh, by the way, David Tepper's a big believer in it.
Makes sense. Now, Mike, I want to ask you to put yourself in Scott Fitterer's shoes for a second. Which of the other 3 quarterbacks would you be afraid of passing over?
Well, I think Ohio State's C.J. Stroud is the guy. He's got the highest floor in this draft because he is so accurate. We talk about ball placement. We talk about being able to throw receivers open. C.J. Stroud can do all that. I mean, as you mentioned, Bryce Young is a magician. Well, C.J. Stroud's a perfectionist with the pass, and I think if Bryce can't hold up as a starter in the NFL, you're going to look to the team that drafted C.J. Stroud and say, wow, this guy's pretty consistent. You know, maybe he's not a superstar, but he's a guy who can lead a team to wins and maybe the playoffs.
All right, Joe, let's give this first overall pick 3 years. So let's fast forward to 2026 now. What level of success do you need to see out of him to say, hey, that trade up to 1, that was worth it?
I look at Cam Newton and what he did his first 3 years. Pro Bowl, AP Offensive Rookie of the Year his first year. Set a rookie passing record. I don't need to see all 3 of those things, but I want to see a guy who is in the top 2 for that Offensive Rookie of the Year, ideally number 1. And Cam had the Panthers in the playoffs by year 3. I think that is absolutely the benchmark.
Chairman
If
says, I
not
really think
sooner,
that we're going to shock people with the
Bryce
choice.
Young, presumably.
Hey, we're about to
comes
find out.
into a very weak and NFC South division that is up for grabs. And playoffs, like I'll say first 2 years.
All right, Mike, 15 seconds are left. Give me this. Offensively outside of the quarterback, who's gone, who's come in? Is this offense better, worse, or about the same? 15 seconds.
I think if Bryce Young is the pick, it's better. Frankly, he is an upgrade over the turnstile that they've had over the last 3 years.
All right. I love it. Guys, thank you so much. Joe Person, The Athletic. Follow him on Twitter at Joseph Person. You can find Mike K on Twitter of the Charlotte Observer at Mike_E_K, Kaye. Guys, as always, thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, guys.
With the sixth pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Ikem Ekwonu.
Hey, what's up, William? I think we're taking Bryce Young.
It was exactly 1 year ago when North Carolina native Ikem Ekwonu found out he'd been drafted by his hometown Carolina Panthers.
That moment was obviously a huge one for him and his family, and also one of his biggest fans, his grandmother.
The zeal he has, the passion he has for football ever since he was born, was now manifested on that particular day.
Really, I mean, it was just nerves like the whole day, pretty much. Like, he can ask, like, Mom, I was just sitting there and the couch is lit, like looking at him, just sitting there waiting, and then it finally popped up.
What's up, Winall? Yeah, we're definitely about to get a quarterback.
In the 2022
No doubt in my
NFL
mind about
Draft,
that.
The Carolina Panthers select Ikem Ekwonu.
Ikem Ekwonu's family will always have this moment.
I had a couple missed calls with family and grandma's, obviously one of the first ones I had to call.
Hey,
back.
Mary Lewis, are you at BFA Festive? No, I'm
not.
I'm actually at home. I just had this as my background.
Not even in Charlotte, I was in Greensboro when I had it with my other family members.
Hey, are y'all able to hear
we're going to see Ikem play every
broadcast that I'm sharing with you guys?
Every game day
I just want to know if
much
you
more
guys can hear.
special when, in fact, it had been years due to challenges traveling. Then COVID-19, Ikem's grandmother, Catherine Nwobu, hadn't seen him play live in years.
Right
During
on.
the
I like
first
Young.
game,
Yeah,
when
me
he
too,
was
William.
drafted and when he came back home and they started playing. Oh
yeah,
it's
Foreman
beyond what I
Rush
can
definitely in the
describe,
house.
Really.
Appreciate you guys
Because
joining us.
It makes me feel like living more till real grand old age, if only to keep watching
James
him play.
Burgers.
You got a great.
Be out of
great
Carolina.
energy
I
in there,
definitely
in
agree.
the Ekwonu section, Norwood section, great energy. all
Please
the
tell
time.
me about the Ekwonu.
Yeah, we can hear it. Okay, good,
I think
good,
the first
good.
time I really saw.
So for you all that's not in the Charlotte metro
it
area,
was like our third, second, or third
this is
preseason
coming
game.
from the
That was
ABC
pretty easy
affiliate,
to spot him out.
Channel
They were cheering
9
a lot,
News.
So yeah, it's been great.
Just to
I
let
can't
you
be
guys
happy
know,
footballing, but
I'm on
for
their
what I hear people say
website,
that, oh
so
my
I can
God,
share it
that
with
boy
you
does
guys.
Something else.
I noticed you introduced yourself as a proud Panther grandmother.
Oh my! I've forgotten. I don't know how it came about, but that was from inside of my mind and my heart. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. I'm just wondering what he's going to be like a husband because he takes good care of me so much. Anytime I see him, I just realize, oh my God, my help has come.
In good hands.
Very hands, always.
What are maybe words that she shared?
So hey, what are y'all eating on? What are y'all drinking on for the draft? If you got something to eat or drink, let me know in the chat.
This far. That's something I can credit, my grandmother for. Something I can credit my parents for leading that example.
He's been hardworking and kind and grateful. That's number one thing I noticed in my boy. Vicky, and I'm proud of you. I will always say it. Continue to be like that.
Always.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Ms. Nwobu actually joked that she has now accepted the role as the team's grandmother, but I think Ikem was getting a little jealous when she said that.
Man, I'll tell you, the team's lucky to have her as the team grandmother.
Yes.
Okay, so Ikem Ekwonu is going to have to protect this first overall pick, this rookie quarterback that the Panthers are going to take, and we are moments away from finding out just who that's going to be. He's going to walk across this stage in Kansas City take that Carolina Panthers hat, and he's going to become the face of this Carolina Panthers franchise in just minutes.
Yeah, then after the draft, make sure to join us because we will be right here on WSOC tonight at 11. Here's a live look at the stadium as we head into the NFL draft.
What a party it's going to be at Bank of America Stadium. The Panthers on the clock with the first overall pick right here on Channel 9. The draft is coming up next. Enjoy the draft coming up tonight on WSOC tonight at 11. Reaction from whoever that first pick is going to be. Enjoy the draft.
Were you drinking milk?
So in this meeting, we're going to plan the next meeting to
Scared to
schedule
ask where you drinking the
There
milk
is
from.
nothing more
I'll leave that up
pointless
to you.
than unproductive meetings.
What about watching grass grow?
Nope.
What about pushing the crosswalk button repeatedly?
Nope.
What about bringing sand to the beach?
Nope.
Thanks to ClickUp, now all of our communication and work is in one place. It allows our team to collaborate remotely and finish projects faster.
ClickUp, all your work in one place.
Your morning commute is getting more crowded, right? Well, I'm here to show you a faster way. Every 10 minutes, I'm updating drive times, the backups, and the alternate routes. I've been doing this a long time. I know the roadways, and I can show you a faster way.
Every morning starting at 4:30 a.m.
Every day, Channel 9 Eyewitness News gives you more live at 5.
We're going to take you right to breaking news. The suspects crashed that stolen car. More details on the important stories of the day. Pistols from a gun store just like this one. More investigative results. Are wondering if this is a scam.
And the most experienced team of meteorologists, Steve Udelson and John Aarons, forecasting the skies above the Carolinas to keep you safe.
Get more live at 5 and 6 p.m. on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, covering the Carolinas.
9 Family Focus is teaming up with Promising Pages to collect books for teens and children in our community.
Help to give the gift of literacy with 9 books for kids. Join Ashley to support local children. For ways to donate, visit 9booksforkids.com.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, love being
Yo, what's
with
up,
you.
Brandon?
Yes,
Let's go. Yep.
That was happiness right there.
Live
Showtime, 8 o'clock.
Weekdays at 9 on Channel 9. There's a faster way. Watch Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor. Weekdays from 40 to 7 a.m.
We're checking out Big Dave's Cheesesteak. Wow. The sheriff's office has a new canine team.
This is Max's mule.
I love a mule and I love a Max's
And again, I
mule.
appreciate you guys
Thousands
joining me.
of dollars worth of meth and fentanyl are now off the streets.
Tens of thousands in Moore County still don't have power after 2 substations were hit with gunfire over the weekend. It's your neighborhood headlines north of Charlotte.
The I Can Camp teaches people with disabilities how to ride a bike.
We're taking down barriers and we want everyone to be a part of it.
I would say what makes our team so special is the chemistry and the bond that we have with each other.
Get ready to have North of Charlotte covered like never before.
In today's Neighborhood Watch, a new online threat. I'm talking about Snapchat and a warning to parents about yet another scam that's targeting young people with extortion through nude. Now, this one comes from Poland, Massachusetts, but it might as well be in an area like north of Charlotte that has young people with mobile phones. Let's break down this predatory crime. Police say a teen gets a request from a Snapchat user saying they're a female. After sharing messages and photos,
All right, about to kill this stream.
CJ Stroud is the team that Maybe teams are going to come up for this quarterback, and if he doesn't go at number 2, it could turn into wild west. I know it with a knife. The Carolina Panthers have the first pick soon. The NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell will open the festivities in Kansas City.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. We got us in Ricky. Keep pounding. Always, Ricky. Josh Chapman. Hey, Kev, what's the odds we shock everyone and go edge at number 1 and trade up late in the first round and grab a QB or go over Corral, see what he got? Josh, I'm going to keep it simple. 0%. We go edge at number 1. 0%. We trade up in the late first round because we don't have the draft capital anymore. But I do think Corral will get a shot to see what he can do. If he's healthy, he's going to compete. So with this being an RPO heavy offense that we're going to be running under Frank Wright, that's what he ran at Ole Miss. So he'll have a chance. So it'll be up to him. But my opinion, 0% on trading up and 0% on taking the edge. Absolutely no way on God's green earth. Big Willie Style said, I'm just glad I ain't making the pick. LOL. Hey, man, no guts, no glory. I'd have loved to make the pick.
I'll give you $2 for the chair.
Mind blown if that happens. Yeah, definitely. I'll be shocked, stunned, looking stupid on here with you guys. Like I've been saying all along, I'm going to trust the process. Oh, yeah, definitely trusting the process here. I like everything done by Fitterer, Suleiman, Frank Wright so far. So, hey, we're going to keep it going. They go to Triple OG, Bill Spires. What's up, Bill? Glad you joined us on here, Bill. Brandon Etter said, young, yep, Bryce Young time.
Successful attorney. She had the world by his tail. Dazzling, despite her struggle with depression. I didn't know how deep it went. Just like Chris's family talks openly about their grief. I need to learn to function with that. Advice for those trying to help a loved one through depression. Work hard at being a support. You cannot be their savior. And a new mission heading to Chesla's legacy. She's a light, and her light will always shine. Friday at 11.
Colonoscopy is the best reading tool we have.
It offers the unique ability not only to screen for colon cancer, but actually remove a polyp, which could potentially turn into colon cancer at the same time.
They did the right thing, and I talked to my doctor. It was important, and I'm glad I did because it ended up saving my life.
This is my key, which I only trust with my key. To make me so happy, I must blow into horn of celebration. Prost! That's German for huzzah! I only trust my key. It's my key.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. Outdoors get more done. And they're brought by NFL Sunday.
Oh, it's really good.
I just went on and did too.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
Several 100,000 fans here at Union Station in Kansas City, and here comes the commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell, over the draft. Come on.
Okay, welcome to Kansas City and the 2023 NFL Draft. For the first time since we took the draft on the road, we get to celebrate the draft in the Super Bowl winning city with fans of all 32 teams and the Chiefs Kingdom. As you can see, I have some friends on stage with me that you might recognize. They are Kansas City natives and love this community and their Chiefs. Give it up for Eric Stonestreet and Heidi Gardner of Big Slick, Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City, I'm so happy to be here. And it is my honor to bring to the stage right now Chiefs legends Dante Hall and Will Shields. Give it up!
All right, Kansas City, I want to hear you. Home of the Super Bowl champions. This is how we do it. I get the distinct pleasure of welcoming two people you might recognize. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, Cheesecake, are we in number one? Woo! Hey, we up for our party, baby. How about it? It's the Saturday or what? Goodell, you gonna give me this mic all night? Hey, you ready to trade up for the number one pick this year or what? Beats, get the beat!
All right, Kansas City, it's time to get the show started. The 2023 NFL Draft is now officially open. The Carolina Panthers are on the clock.
All right, Kansas City, it's time to get the show started.
Carolina made a trade to go into the number one spot. Quarterback Bryce Young of Alabama.
The guy Kelce, is he mixed?
Each team will have
came out
4
with
minutes to
Mahomes.
make a pick. We're looking inside the headquarters for the Panthers right now as they make this decision. There were 31 picks in the first round as opposed to the customary 30. Dolphins had to forfeit their first round pick due to some tampering rating. And Panthers, meanwhile, are hoping it goes as well as it did the last time they had the number one overall pick. They took Cam Newton, eventually went to the Super Bowl. And here are the 4 quarterbacks around whom much of this early part of the first round will center and where they will go. What are you looking for tonight, Tommy Shea? Well, when you look back,
Yo, Gene, what's up, babe? What's going on?
PJ Walker benched, Sam Bradford injured. I mean, it's been a mess. Carolina needs a quarterback, and there's only one guy, in my opinion, that fits the bill. That's Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud from Ohio State is in that tier 1 for me as well. I think he goes somewhere in the top 5 picks. Will Levis from Kentucky.
All right, come on, Panthers. Let's not milk the 15 minutes here.
And Anthony Richardson, a real question mark on where he goes. And tonight we'll get a chance to meet some of the players like Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter Jr. And how about this guy, Rod Jones, who has a pet snake, and Will McDonald IV from Iowa State. The Jonas Brothers will join us. Singing sensations, they're just fantastic.
Yeah, there's the emotions. We always remember certain nights and certain years and certain reactions. And you got to believe tonight we're going to have some of those moments, being at the hotel and seeing all the families together. It becomes a reality when you hear your name, Des, and all of a sudden, boom, you can prepare for it. But that's a dream of a lifetime.
We're going to talk a lot about team needs, what players bring, but the most important thing tonight in our coverage is you get a chance to get to know these guys and the people who helped them get there. And that's where Laura Rutledge, who's working in the green room, where 17 players and families are eagerly awaiting to hear those names called, Laura.
Yeah, Reese, there's nothing quite like the emotion in this room as they wait for their lives to be changed. Bryce Young and his whole family behind us right now. In fact, his dad just looked at him and said, "This is what we worked for. We're here no matter what happens." Deep breath. Bryce doesn't have any problem being calm, as we all know from spending time with him, but seeing this happen for him is pretty cool. We've already seen the emotion so palpable in this room. There's going to be a lot more of it. Lots of tears flowing tonight from in here, and lots of proud moms and dads, Reese.
Laura, no question about that. Bryce Young would be an outlier. He's not the biggest guy in the world, a little bit under 5'11", weighs
weighs just over 200 pounds. But the Carolina Panthers wanted to make this move. This is how they did it. They got the first overall pick, making a trade with the Bears. The Bears sticking with Justin Fields. They drafted a couple of years ago out of Ohio State to pick up some extra picks. So now we assume most of the talk has been that it would be Bryce Young. He rejoined Samantha Pondo, Robert Griffin III. Bryce is waiting, but we don't know until it's officially announced, guys.
You're right about that. I'm with Robert, who's obviously familiar with
The suspense is killing me, y'all.
with Bryce Young. You recently spent some time with him. What was your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, Sam, what better way to get to know a prospect than to go spend a day in their shoes? So I went and sat with him, got to sit down and talk with his parents, and the biggest takeaway I had is obviously.
Hey, while we're waiting for this pick, if y'all just joined, I had asked a few moments ago, what y'all eating or drinking on for the draft?
Should I say? No one can stop him when it comes to playing on the football field. But it's also the fact of his relationship with his parents, which is so dynamic for him. They prepared him for everything that he's going to face. And obviously, when I asked him who his hero was, at first he laughed, but then he got emotional and almost started to cry as he talked about the relationship that he has with his father. So you can measure his size, his height, his frame, but you cannot measure Bryce Young's heart.
And we know for sure he can handle all the pressure in those huge moments. If he does go to Carolina, he's going to a place where Andy Dalton already is, who definitely isn't afraid to help him out in that quarterback room.
Rocking the Gatorade, y'all.
And this is, Sam, the watch party for the Panthers. They're hoping to get their franchise quarterback. It's a rebuilding situation. They have a new coach in Frank Reich. Frank Reich actually threw the first touchdown pass in Carolina Panthers history in 1995, and now he's there as the head coach. And they have some team needs for sure, but you have to get the quarterback right before anything else.
Yeah, and listen, they were 7-10 a year ago. There are some positive things with this organization. They traded up to move to number one. They gave up a lot, but to me, you can't succeed, Kirk, in the NFL unless you have one of the guys, the quarterback. Like, you've got to have a guy that can absolutely carry you and can get you out of trouble when you need to, win in big moments, third downs, red zone, and in the fourth quarter. And there's no quarterback I've studied this year, last year, probably the last 5 years, that is more poised under pressure than Bryce Young.
Yeah, they got their guy, and if it ends up being Bryce Young, something to remember, running Billy O'Brien's system the last 2 years, NFL system, makes Bryce Young more of a turnkey type of guy in his first year because of being around that kind of system.
Bill O'Brien, a former head coach in the NFL, was the offensive coordinator at Alabama the last couple of years for Bryce Young. Now has moved back to the NFL, where he is the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. And this Carolina pick, it's gone back and forth. There was some talk early that it might be C.J. Stroud of Ohio State, but
pick is in, about to call him in, y'all.
I mentioned earlier the size.
They clapping in the war room.
Don't have this type of success, but he's the outlier. Many people believe that.
No, he really is, because he has special instinct, processing ability, accuracy, everything that you look for in a starting quarterback. You check all the boxes. He's a little smaller, but he's always been that size, and he's played in the SEC when guys were bigger than him anyway. So my biggest, the thing I love most about is he's Dan Craig as a mental health coach. He's prepared him mentally for this. I was with them.
All right, Jen, you got Jaeger bombs. Oh, you going for it?
Desmond, this is the moment that we prepare for.
Brandon, not for now.
There's one lesson to be learned. Never let anyone who doesn't see the vision knock you off, of course, of what you're trying to accomplish.
He's able to elevate that Alabama team as talented as they typically are.
Okay, I like that.
For sure. Yeah. Now, other guys that are similar size, Baker Mayfield went #1 overall. Kyler Murray is about the same height. But
you guys have someone with an advanced hair like last year.
Just his skeleton. It's
we got
when you see these guys, you stand up next to these guys on the right.
We definitely do, Bill.
Well, their legs.
Panthers pick is in. Let's go, baby.
Thicker and able to endure hits. If there's one thing that we're excited to see, is how he avoids hits, which he did in the SEC. He's going to have to do that. And can he withstand the season of 16, 17 games in the NFL? Well, those defensive linemen are they're special. They're special.
Yeah. Dating all the way back to high school, Bryce Young sort of had this ability to rally his team late. Last year, Alabama lost 2 games, but he left the field, walked off the field for only 12 snaps in which his team was behind. They lost twice and
last
walked
play
off
of the game.
I was on the
LSU,
sideline.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Exactly.
one of their losses against Tennessee. They're down by 18 points at one point. Desmond, you were there with me.
Yes, sir.
And he was laughing, smiling, bringing guys together.
Yeah.
And it's that type of thing that we assume is going to give that sort of confidence and cornerstone and building block and the type of person that you want to build around too, because you won't find anyone associated with them say a bad word about him. First pick of the night is in. Here's Roger Goodell.
With the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young.
Yes,
quarterback,
sir.
Alabama.
The Bryce is right.
Bryce Young with his parents, Craig and Julie. Nick Saban, the head coach for the Crimson Tide there as well. He was born in the same hospital as Kobe Bryant. Came across the country from Southern California to Alabama. Being the first Crimson Tide quarterback to win the Heisman Trophy and greeting his longtime friend, C.J. Stroud.
Pretty cool. Going back to their high school days of competing together. There's Anthony Richardson, who's expected to go early with the University of Florida quarterback. It's what you think about, right? It's what you hope for as a player, and now it's a reality for Bryce Young.
Better get that hat on, though. you got a lot of hair, brother. I'm about to loosen it up in the back.
Keep the coiffure in order.
That's
this
right.
is a relatively short walk, but a
Bloom of
long
76.
journey
Yep, we
these
did it.
players have gone on to reach this point. And Bryce Young, a highly touted high school star.
No, let's go.
The measurables we talked about, we can't measure.
Team
that
pride,
great
yes.
quality to elevate guys. You see his dad, Craig, there on the left, having an emotional moment. His representatives along there as well, Jimmy Sexton. And there is the hug with Commissioner Roger Goodell. You know, this moment, Bryce Young's sort of a flatline guy. As Desmond mentioned earlier, a lot of that is directly attributable to his father, Craig, who's a mental health specialist.
My father's a psychologist and a marital and family therapist and has done countless things for me mentally. And one of the biggest ones was making sure that I was able to control my thoughts and control my breathing in times.
There it is.
Young, pump, touchdown, Alabama. My father coached me from as early as I can remember until about 6th or 7th grade. He was a lot tougher on me than he was a lot of the other kids, and he would yell at me a lot, and he started to realize that it was affecting our relationship.
So talk to me, y'all. How y'all feel about
having
this?
a strict time period of how much we would talk about things, and after that, we put it aside. I think that was a big turning point for us, and you know, he's taught me a lot that I carry and will forever carry with me.
Here with Bryce Young's parents, Craig and Julie. And Craig, I'll start with you. As you watched your son get that call from the Panthers, find out he's the #1 overall pick, the pride in your face was hard to miss. What does this moment mean to you?
It just means that God's promise is true, and that if you believe in him and if you focus and if you sacrifice and you work hard, anything is possible. And I just think we're so blessed for Bryce to share this journey with us and to be his parents.
Julie, you have always provided unconditional love at home, no matter what happened on the football field. But how would you describe the way that Bryce has loved you as your son?
Oh, he's actually been a great son. I mean, really, super easy. He's been just a blessing. He really has. He's been fun. He's a fun person. So it's been great.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Reese.
Laura, Craig, Julie, thank you. The only child. Oh, he said he was born in the same hospital as Kobe, but there's another basketball guy to compare him
I
to.
made this comment during a game. He reminds me of Steph Curry as far as his awareness on the field. They were playing Mississippi State, and it just jumped out. There's so many different examples of what I'm talking about when it comes to his creativity and never giving up on a play, you know, and it reminds you, I think Nick Saban said it earlier, he's a point guard playing football, and you look at this spatial awareness and what you see from Steph Curry, just kind of has an instinct to be able to make
a quarterback.
how did he do
Got a
that?
quarterback, y'all.
And then the ability to make
Finally,
that
we made
big
the
play
right
and
pick.
have such
Hey, Rick, I
confidence.
definitely agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
flatliner, he just knows
that's
he knows
on it.
it's down. And
That one, right?
Rest of these
and
take
you
a
see the
freaking
exact
notice.
same thing
Douchebag.
again
Panthers are back, ready to take our place
from
at the top.
Bryce. Watch him.
Hey,
He
Bill,
just
say it
knows.
like you
By the way,
mean,
he's
man.
running. He's in the
I know
middle
what
of the
I'm talking
pocket
about.
trying to find it. Look at his head. Kind of walks it off, knows that he's got exactly what he needs to do. And, he's a basketball player, and I think now with the way the game is evolving, that background and that skill set really comes in handy.
Yeah, remember when Steph was at Davidson? He's not big enough.
Right. Very similar.
Same thing about Bryce Young, all this process. His size, yes, you look at it, it's a concern. Is he going to stay healthy? But he's different. This
Bryce
guy's different.
is
He's
right.
Houdini to me. Because, yes, he can go through his progressions, 1, 2, 3. He'll anticipate throws. He's got the accuracy on all 3 levels. But it's when the play breaks down. It's this stuff that he does.
Yeah.
And it's more often than not, it's not throwing. It's when he gets to the line of scrimmage or he rolls outside and waits for that last defender to come, a receiver to get open, and the magic happens.
Guys, he's unfazed by pressure. He's able to make uncoachable, subtle movements in the pocket. And I tell you what, he's just a winner.
Yeah.
Like he exudes confidence. When we were in Tennessee and they were down big, he never looked like he was yelling at his guys, never like he was fazed. The only thing he did was walk around and encourage guys like, hey, we got this. Let's just stay the course. We've been here before. We know what to do to win.
Look at the resume, too. 3 of the losses, including Texas A&M in 2021, he brought them back. And then find me one game where he actually had a bad game in the 2 seasons.
Yeah,
exactly.
And just doing a Carolina game last year, honestly, since Cam Newton was in his prime, that organization hasn't had an alpha, hasn't had a guy to build around. That city now has that guy in Bryce Young.
He's not loud, but he has a commanding presence. So Bryce Young goes to the Carolina Panthers. The Houston Texans and new coach DeMeco Ryans on the clock, and their pick is in. A lot of question about whether they would go quarterback. Certainly, Houston has needed one, and the Texans have made their choice. The commissioner is on his way.
All right, looks like the Texans about to pick.
With the second pick in the
Chris
2023
Jordan. I'm a fan every
NFL
year,
draft,
but this year feels different.
the Houston
Definitely
Texans
excited about
select
the potential of this team.
C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State.
All that talk, all that noise.
You're going to see a lot of emotion here. For those of you who might not have followed the build-up to the draft as closely, there is a spatial awareness test about how you track things visually that some teams use for the quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud, according to reports, didn't do as well. Where's fault? But boy,
Definitely good for C.J.
So good. Ryan Day, the head coach at Ohio State, proud of C.J. Stroud, first player in Big Ten history to have 40 or more touchdowns in 2 years now. He wasn't always the guy coming up. He believes there was a moment on this journey when he realized that this was possible. He's at the Elite 11, a prestigious proving ground for high school quarterbacks.
Oh, man. Let's go.
Getting to the Elite 11 was a really crazy process for me. I ended up going to the LA Regional, and I remember having a really good camp, but they chose Jack Miller and Bryce Young. And I just kept emailing, kept fighting, kept calling, kept scratching just to get to that camp. I got a phone call from a random number. I picked it up, and it was the director of the Elite 11, and he told me I was invited. I broke down, started crying.
Mom, they invited me. Oh, my God.
It was time to go to work to show the world what I can do. So we won the 7-on-7 championship, and then I broke the high score for the pro day.
I'm glad he didn't drop, but that's a suspect organization. Yeah, definitely. You know,
and I get probably like 20 offers the next hour, and it was kind of crazy.
I'm kind of going to
my
make
life
this.
changed forever.
All right, they done talking about the Panthers, so I don't really want to hear about other teams like that. But yeah, definitely C.J. Stroud and Deshaun Watson got the same agent, so hopefully, you know, that doesn't affect him in what way anyway whatsoever.
They're delighted to say that their guy C.J. Stroud is on his way to the NFL with the Houston Texans second overall pick. One thing about C.J. Stroud is all you have to do is watch the film. You don't have to look at his personal workout or his testing. Just turn on the film. And he sits in the pocket, and he's the most accurate quarterback, in my opinion, in this draft. And he throws in such a rhythm. I think Houston eventually just said, as much as we love a defensive lineman for DeMeco Ryans, we can't pass on a generational quarterback of what he can do for a franchise that desperately needs to kind of take that next step. And he'll bring leadership qualities. This guy being picked second overall, almost you see emotions. I feel like he has a chip on his shoulder, like he wants to prove it amongst people. Yeah.
So what y'all guys think? What's up?
I would say CJ Stroud, he got cleared up.
Oh yeah, big moment.
I know.
Hope it all work out for him. But we got our guy.
That's his wife one, CJ.
Mm-hmm. So you might want to call and check on him.
Unique feel for trajectory on throws, and it's always getting the ball on the time. And you know what about too? In 2 bowl games, look at what he did against Utah without his 2 wide receivers.
Actually, Bill, they did show a video of the Panthers watch party on. So yeah, they showed it.
Because we saw the mobility in the just the mobility, the fight. And I got this over my dead body. And yeah, it happened over his dead body, but he gave everything he had to tell you. A massive upset. You know, it hasn't always been easy for CJ. Bombed, and CJ lived in an apartment above the storage facility, Laura, and now here they are, number 2 overall pick in the draft.
Reese, it's an incredible story, and Kim, such a big source of encouragement for CJ. You watched him brought to tears as he got the call from the Houston Texans. Only you really know what he's actually been through to get to this point. What was that like for you watching him get the call?
It's just
amazing.
I want to thank the Houston Texans that best decision.
So I hope you guys know they probably are going to have the Panthers-Texans game a prime time game, you know, because it's going to be Bryce Young versus CJ Stroud. So definitely can't wait for the schedule to come out on that one. And that game is going to be in Charlotte, so that might be our big primetime game this year. You know.
What people say about you, that you can overcome, that you can just, as long as you believe in yourself. And I'm just so excited to see what he's going to do with the Houston Texans.
And Kim, he credits you with holding this family together. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Thank you.
Let's go to Susie Culver now.
Life can be like a roller coaster, and this process sure felt like that. We saw the tears and the emotion. Can you describe what you were feeling when that call came in?
This man, I mean, God is battle testing me. Is something that I feel like Zinni's not on me. He's sparring me, so I've been battle tested. I'm not down on me. So everything I've been through is preparing me for this moment right here.
From this big stage here, what would you say to all the young boys whose life doesn't always go smoothly?
Man, believe in yourself. I always know at a point nobody believed in me, but I put my trust in God and my family, and what I did, I had discipline and just consistency that you can believe in, you put your mind to. And I'm a living testimony that you can really do anything.
The schedule is not going to be released until a couple of weeks from now. Yeah, we won't know that for a while. So a couple more weeks for the schedule coming. It's usually 2 weeks after the draft. Last 2 years, this came out on May 12th.
The Houston Texans are right on the clock after taking second. They're going to pick third, and maybe they're going to wind up with their quarterback and the defensive player that they coveted too.
Whoa!
Anderson. We'll find out here in a minute. The defensive and outside linebacker from Alabama. But how about the Texans? They're not going to take a quarterback. They're going to mess up the draft, and now they're grabbing it by the neck. Saying, we're going to get 2 of the best spring players in this draft. Whole move there, ownership, Nick Caselli, the GM, just an amazing move here to go. I mean, you can hear the reaction from the crowd, all of us on the set. Like, what? I mean, we're getting ready to look at the next pick of the team. All of a sudden, Houston were thinking for that no one. If they were going to wait till people were going 2, 3, we're getting our quarterback, or we're getting the game changer defensive front that DeMeco Ryans is used to in San Francisco. Exactly the reason why I don't pay attention to those mock ads. Hey, how much stuff is coming? I mean, would be a mover, but maybe not with the Texans. You know, I might still be here. That's what I thought. This scenario for the Texans has been holding on to this.
Yeah, shout out to their GM. This is a ballsy move right here. To get CJ Stroud and Will Anderson, that's I definitely not something I thought would happen.
Here comes the commissioner now. We would assume the Texans would go with defense, but this commissioner has to finish.
The Arizona Cardinals have traded the third pick to the Houston Texans. With the third pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson Jr., linebacker, Alabama.
Probably number one tonight.
Wow.
Incredible. We'll find out what they gave up, but I would imagine that the price is not too high to get those two guys, because this is the guy that I told you I was going to take his number one overall. I think he's the best player here. He's the first two-time unanimous All-American Alabama.
Hey Bill, I think the Colts are going to take Richardson. I really do.
Elite combination of speed and power. Boy, what a cornerstone for that defensive front where they're going. And you know, the other thing, too, about Will Anderson, you see this giant smile. I'm not sure if that's going to feel like a lot of NFL quarterbacks will feel soon. But no one around the Alabama program with utter discouraging bad word about Will Anderson. He's one of the top.
Nah, Bill, I think they're going to take Richardson, but who knows? We'll see. I wanted CJ. Well, a lot of you did, but we didn't. Bryce is the pick, and we're going to see how this plays out.
I've talked about 150 players over the last 20 years leading up to the draft. I have never heard him talk more glowingly. In fact, I could feel his heart rate going up, his blood pressure raising, because he was so impressed about what he did in terms of embracing the process, embodying everything in that program. And he, as he said in the time, this guy is a dog-ass competitor, and I thought he was going to punch me. So excited.
Hey, you guys. So in the trade, the Texans traded pick 12, their first-round pick, pick 33, their second-round pick, a 2024 first-round pick, and a 2024 third-round pick. The Cardinals gave up pick 3 and pick 105. So that's a fourth-round pick. Wow.
Having 5 moms in the house. One minute they want to baby you, then the next minute they want to boss you around. But it was fun growing up. When I was younger, my sister trying to jump the dumbbell on my toes. I don't remember what I did to her, but all I know is that I had made her woman, and I guess she was so upset she decided to take it out in that.
So you guys, this is what the trade consisted of.
And she just dropped it on my toe and it broke. So yeah, my mission to my sister would be raising me, helping me be the man I am today, teaching me so many different lessons.
A moment of great celebration for the Anderson family. Mom, Terrion, just how would you describe the excitement of what just happened now? The Texans want your son so bad they trade up to get him.
I mean, it's a blessing. We are so excited. Wherever we went, like they weren't just getting Will, they was getting an entire family. So we're very happy that it's Houston. He's closer. We thank God. Thank you, Lord, so much. And we're glad, we're excited. I don't know, I'm just emotional right now. So sorry.
Hey, who dropped the weight on his foot?
It was me. I mean, I don't want to talk about it. Move past it.
Will is a product of being raised by strong women, and you
there it is.
have been such a reason for that. How would you guys describe how important this moment is for your family?
It's just really a full circle moment for us. We're so proud of Will because he's worked so hard.
Hey, I'm with you, Bill. I'll take Richardson too, to be honest.
We love him, and we know it's only great things about to happen in Houston.
Now we need a wide receiver, a middle linebacker, cornerback, and edge. Well, we'll see how the rest of our picks turn out. Yeah, I'm real curious to see what we do with the second round pick. If we take a player, depending on who's available, if we trade back to pick up a couple of picks, it's gonna be real interesting to see what we do with it. Definitely.
We had chicken and macaroni and cheese, and it was great. Coach, you got a quick night. It looks like Will Anderson's drip kind of dropped off on you with the suit you got on today. Well, you know, this Terry Bosca jacket every year for the spring game, so I just carried it over to this. So
Congratulations, Coach. What a night, and it's just getting started for you. Let's send it up to Roger Goodell. The pick is in.
With the fourth pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson, quarterback, Florida.
Told you.
Is a bit of a surprise pick, not because this guy isn't talented. He's supremely talented. He already has been. When he was 3 years old, a football hit his grandmother's window. She came out and said, "Who did that?" And they blamed it on Anthony. She said, "That little boy didn't do that." But he gave the ball again, and he did it again. He's got a remarkable arm. We've seen him and followed him on Netflix as QB1 Beyond the Lights during his senior year in high school. But he's always started 13 times in college. Mitch Trubisky of North Carolina was a first-round pick. In the last 20 years, only Mitch Trubisky has that few starts.
Meek says, I like to go cornerback or wide receiver second round. JC and Dante are injury-prone. LOL. Bad luck, but yeah, you got a point. We'll see how it plays out.
He can fly, he can jump, he's over 6'4", he's as big as the 49ers.
I can see us trading up for JSF if he falls. Be hard to see, man. We don't have the draft capital that it would take to move back up into the first round. But, hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, I wouldn't have seen the Texans trading up to pick 2 and 3, so, hey. Bill Spots, you are all over, Kev. Anthony Richardson, 15. Yeah, most definitely, man. Definitely pulling for him.
In the NFL, and they all agree. This is the most physically gifted quarterback to ever enter the NFL. Think about that for a minute. Now, can he overcome the inexperience? That's the question. Even when he talked to his head coach in college, Billy Napier said he's got to be better at the line of scrimmage, understanding defenses, and where he wants to go with the football. But I will say this. This is the best place that he could go because Shane Steichen is the head coach, which with Justin Herbert, years ago with the Chargers and Jalen Hurts. And let's see what he's done. That's the kind of offense you're going to see from him. That's why they picked him. Shane Steichen just won the Super Bowl, or he was filling in the Super Bowl against Kansas City. And everybody marveled at Jalen Hurts.
Well, Steichen was the guy behind the scenes working with that skill set. Now, to me, Anthony Richardson has a long way to go to be obviously compared to Jalen Hurts. But as far as his physical attributes and what he brings to the table, I'm sure Chris Ballard as a GM looked at that, and it had a lot to do with why they pulled the trigger and ended up going with such a physically gifted but very inexperienced Anthony Richardson. He can be an electrifying runner. He can throw it a long way, and he draws people to it because it's just part of his passion and who he is. He just grew up wanting to help people no matter what it took.
Coming out of middle school, I saw somebody crying, and I guess they messed up their ankle or something, and I picked them up and carried them to the clinic. I realized I want to help people, and eventually I was accepted into the fire EMS program. Fire drills and climbing ladders and carry mannequins around like CPR.
All right, you guys. So something just came up, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. I was gonna stay on for the whole first round, but hey, look, I catch you guys on social media, catch you on Twitter, catch you on Facebook. Facebook still got me on probation to May 5th. When I say probation, that means any group, any Panther groups that I'm in. I can't comment. All I can do is like the post and like the comment, but I can't make a post and I can't comment on any post. So that's why I'll be posting a lot of my stuff on my Facebook page. But definitely, y'all guys hit me up. Appreciate you joining me. We got our quarterback. It's been a fun hour with you guys. And stay tuned. We definitely going to have some interviews with some local Charlotte media coming up that we had that we're working on behind the scenes. So you guys definitely stay tuned. Again, on behalf of everybody at the 4-Man Rush, I'm your main man, 4MR_Country Kev. And I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.